Okay, a lot's gone on since my last video. Wow. So guys, recently I've been putting out videos as and when we get a sort of link or a completed transfer, but all of a sudden there's so much to talk about and it's so weird. It's absolutely incredible. There's loads of rumours flying about the rumour mill at the minute, and who would have thought this summer would be this exciting? We had a really slow start to the transfer window and it's really heating up. But before we get into it, I just want to say a big shout out to OneFootball. Make sure you go and check them out. The link is down in the description. Before you start the season, it's got everything you need on there. It's got news, it's got your live scores, your fixtures, and it's got loads of social media stuff on there, whatever's trending. It sends the latest news straight to your notifications as well. So make sure you go and check that out. Again, the link is down in the description. But without further ado, let's get into it. And there's just one thing. Oh my god. Ivan Sunjic, however you pronounce it, right? The other day I saw this rumour crop up and like I immediately just disregarded it. I was like, nah, it doesn't make sense. But it seems like we have. Like my first instinct was like, oh god, we're going to ignore FFP again. We're going to, like, because when you go from signing Dan Crowley for 750k and it's like, okay, Blues are doing some sensible transfer business, and then we sign Sunjic for like 7 million. You're like, how are we getting the money? We worked out that we probably had about 6 million to spend this summer. So I didn't think about the whole spreading it over a few years kind of thing. So yeah, immediately I was like negative. I'm not gonna lie, I had like negative connotations with it. I was like, we're gonna get into ruin again. We're gonna be doctor points again. But like, who knows on that side of things? I mean, surely they've got to have sorted it out now. They're doing it the right way. Because obviously we are clearly spending money. But I'm quite happy with this one because he's a young player. He's very, very highly rated by the Zagreb fans. And they say we could get double, maybe even triple what we've paid for him. So there you're looking at a good investment. Even though we've spent a lot of money, which is, you'd say, usually quite uncharacteristic for Blues. It's a player that we will make money on, so I get that, and it's good. It's good. We're going to the right places for these transfers. We're going over to the European leagues where it's nice and cheap. Well, not in this case, but for what we're getting, if he is the player that he looks like he's gonna be, he will be value for money. Because mate, we ain't had this kind of midfield source for a while. Someone put a tweet out before and they were like, we've always tried to go for a really solid, beautiful magician in the middle of midfield. We've tried to go for so many targets. We went for Song, didn't we? We went for so many midfielders and we ended up with the likes of Chekin Doi and so on. But now we've got him. And not only that, we've got Dan Crowley ahead in the more attacking midfield role, and then you've got Kieftenbeld when he comes back. That midfield just looks beautiful. It really does look beautiful. It's just a bit mad, really. So obviously I am over the moon with this signing. I just wasn't expecting Blues to spend this amount of money. We're after more. We're not done. We're not done yet. We're after more signings. Yeah, we lost 4-0 in the friendly against Brighton. We definitely look shaky at the back, and I think it will take some time to change and get used to this formation with the 5 at the back. I wasn't overly convinced with Clark Salter, but it's his first game. There was the other defenders making errors too. I think, does Roberts fit into this kind of system? As much as I like him, as much as I want him to do well, do we need 3 ball playing centre backs? He was good in the air. He's very good in the air. It's just his feet. Got 50p feet, any, but yeah, I'm not gonna judge anyone off pre-season. I'm gonna judge it off the first 10 games, see how we gel. The fans are gonna have to be patient with this because it's not gonna happen overnight, but also the owners have to be patient with it. My only worry is that it doesn't work after 10 games and they go, scrap it, right, sack him, we'll get someone else in, and the reason for that is that he's still caretaker head coach. You know what I mean? I think they're going to test it and over a short period of time and then give him the job, maybe, if he does well. But as I say, it's not going to happen overnight. So it's really going to be an interesting start to the season, but it is exciting because it's just different, and we're trying to play expansive attacking football, and it's just like, it's never boring at the Blues. I don't think we're going to get the playoffs or whatever. But I think we're going to play well, and if we can build on it, beautiful. But we'll have to see how Pep does. I think Herrera has got has obviously having a big impact on us getting these players in. And you know what? We've got owners with money. We know they don't know about football. They seem to have gotten a man in that knows his football, that has a lot of connections, a lot of contacts, and we are bringing the Spanish Armada with us. So fair play for that. The owners could be doing something right. Time will only tell though if it's okay FFP wise. I'd love for someone like Almagier to go through it and just make sure we're not being stupid again. So Ivan Sunjic, I don't know how to say his name. Ivan Sunjic. He's only 22 years old, but he just seems like he's got a much older head on his shoulders. He don't use social media. He's just there to play football, and he seems like the exact type of centre mid that I want. He's like the perfect man. 5.1 interceptions per 90, 8.8 recoveries per 90, and 86% pass accuracy. That shows that he's a player that will break down play. He'll win it back further down the pitch, but he's also got the passing accuracy to link up the midfield to the attack, to get those counter-attacks going, and he can ping a ball and a half. So he does look like he's going to be some player, and I think if he did play against Brighton, we would have been a little bit better. But yeah, there are still a few things we need to sort out. For me, the striker situation, is Duke going to play up front on his own? He did well, I thought. He was getting shots off from difficult angles. He seems to have a lot of confidence about him, but I put it out on Twitter, and a lot of people do think that he needs a strike partner still. So he had Marapti. He did have Marapti playing a sort of centre forward role, and he was making a lot of runs. He was very, he was very hard working, but it just wasn't really coming off. And I'm thinking maybe with Sunjic in there, if Marapti's making them runs, he's going to be getting the ball coming to him. So there's that. Also, I'm thinking, are we going to sign someone else that will fit in that role? The strikers we've been linked with seem quite tall, big players, similar to Duke. So I'm wondering if we're going to go for one like Puskas, like Rafa Mir, and then also get one that will replace Che Adams. So while I was at the Brighton game at home, We Are Birmingham put a tweet out. It was a picture of Real Madrid goalkeeper Mojo Ramos sat in the sort of opposite end, in the main stand. So it looks like that's happening, which is a bit of a strange one for me. He's 19, I think. He made 4 appearances for Real Madrid Castilla last season. He looks a good player, but I'm thinking, is it a loan? Because he looks like maybe the type of player that will go into the under-23s. But he also, if he's good enough, maybe he's going to get thrown in. Because, I mean, I'd like to go for someone a bit more experienced. But when you look at our goalkeepers, obviously, yeah, Camp did all right last season. But I think we're going to need a better goalkeeper. And Stockdale came in. He didn't impress me. I think there's a long way to go for Stockdale. I think he can... on his day, he's a great goalkeeper, but he's probably lacking a lot of match sharpness when you think about it. Like, he's barely played all last season, so there's that as well. It's going to take him a while to get up to speed. But let me know what you think, because like, is this guy must be joining it if he was at the stadium. Like, I'm thinking it might be announced today or tomorrow, but we'll have to see. Either way. Well, yeah, I mean, it's an exciting signing, but if it's going to be a loan, surely he's going to be our first team goalkeeper, or at least pushing for a place. But I don't know. It's just, we're going to have, what, by the time we start the season, we're going to have one of the youngest squads, like, in the league. Also, Alan Nixon says we're after a striker, and we're going to loan out Vassell back to Luton, which is interesting, because I thought Vassell might try and step into the shoes of Che Adams, but I don't know if they've seen him in training and thought he needs a loan, he needs some time out, which if you're going to sign someone, if you've got people there that you think you're going to sign, then fair play. Maybe a loan will be the right move for him. I think Luton would be a good move for him, but I don't want him to go. I'd like to see him on loan to a team like that, see what he can do, and then decide after the season. Obviously put a recall option on him as well, just in case he does really well. That's not all as well. So yeah, Alan Nixon says we're after a striker. There's been rumours of Puskas going about, George Puskas, and you know, the rumours started weeks ago. They're still going, and apparently he was at his sister's wedding and seems to be like discussing where he wants to go next, sort of figuring that one out. So it appears that he's going to be leaving his club, but I'm not entirely convinced that he's going to come to Blues, especially with Almagier reporting that Blues have been in talks with Wolves to take Rafa Mir on loan. He got 7 goals in 30 appearances, and he's a big lad, sort of looks like a sort of target man style. He looks alright, but like, I just don't know. I might have to go and ask a Wolves fan what they think of him. I'm just gonna have to put my trust into Paco Herrera. If it's one of them where, because I said last season we do need someone who can be interchangeable with Duke, so Duke isn't playing 90 minutes of every single game. So if it's that kind of thing, fair play, I'd be happy with that. But I also think we need a pacey striker or someone in the centre forward role at least to link up with Duke. Or Rafa Mir or whoever's going to be there. I mean, I'd imagine Duke is going to be starting. I can't see Duke and Mir up front together, you know what I mean? They're just two big blokes, unless we're not really playing hoofball either. So it just don't really make sense to me. By the way, guys, get down in the comments below and let me know your potential lineup for Blues. Who would you start? And you can include a couple of players that maybe we've been linked with. What would be your ideal Blues team going into the Brentford game? Also, that is not all. There was another tweet from We Are Birmingham this weekend. It said there's been reports in the Spanish press that Mateo Garcia could be close to a move to Bcfc. He's got 10 goals from 30 for Greek side Aris, but I'm thinking about it. If that's from a wide position, that's quite good, to be honest. And I've seen him on YouTube. I don't want to judge him off YouTube because everyone looks good there. But yeah, he seems okay. His stats, I can't find many stats about him. I don't know what kind of player he is because we don't seem to be playing wingers. Is he going to slot in at left wing back? Maybe the centre forward role. I don't know. It's really difficult to to figure out how this formation is going to work. But yeah, again, he looks quite an exciting transfer. And also, finally, it seems like we've signed Ivan Guzman, the player that was training with us from Cornella, and loaned him to Cornella. Not sure why that's happened. It's pretty weird, but yeah, I don't know what to say about that one, to be honest. But that's going to be it from me today. I just wanted to have a chat about some of the transfers. It's all a bit mad at the minute. Hopefully we get some more confirmed next week, but I'm already feeling a lot more confident. I think a couple more names in and we will be looking quite good. As I say, it's going to take a while to gel, so keep the faith, Blues fans. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Were you expecting to be this maybe optimistic for the season starting when Monk got sacked? How do you feel now compared to that? Are some of you that wanted to send your season tickets back, have you changed your mind because of our transfer activity? Have you got some restored faith? Do you think this attacking football will work? All of this, let me know down in the comments below. Whatever is going to happen, it's going to be an exciting and entertaining season for Blues. Probably going to have a lot of 5-5 draws, but yeah, we'll have to see. Anyway, that's all from me. Like the video if you did enjoy it. Share it with a friend, whatever. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe if you're new with that notification bell on, and I'll catch you in the next one. Keep right on.